When winter ends, opening up a seasonal cabin or a rural storage shed usually means it's time for a deep clean. You throw open the doors, grab a broom, and start sweeping out months of accumulated dust. In these specific environments, that routine chore can quickly become a fatal mistake. Sweeping can launch particles of Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, or HPS, into the air. It's a severe respiratory disease that causes a person's lungs to rapidly fill with fluid. Because HPS does not typically spread between humans, the threat is an environmental hazard left behind by a hidden occupant. In North America, the wild deer mouse is the species responsible for maintaining this virus in the wild. You can distinguish them from common house mice by their physical features. They have large, dark eyes and a distinct bicolored coat, usually grayish-brown on top, with a bright white belly and tail underside. An estimated 15% of the deer mouse population carries the hantavirus. The virus perfectly exploits its host. The mouse lives a completely asymptomatic, normal life while continuously shedding the pathogen in its waste. The real danger is the invisible biological minefield these rodents leave behind long after they are gone. This map shows the native habitat of the deer mouse, which extends extensively across the western United States and rural Canada. As human development pushes deeper into these regions, our farms, seasonal cabins, and rural homes overlap directly with this existing territory. When temperatures drop, these wild mice naturally seek out winter warmth, secure shelter, and easy access to food, which leads them straight toward human structures. They can squeeze through gaps as small as a 1/4 inch, the width of a standard pencil, making almost any minor crack in a foundation an open door. Our outbuildings act as highly attractive artificial ecosystems for wild rodents, forcing a dangerous cross-species proximity. Once inside, mice begin leaving their mark, depositing virus-laden urine, droppings, and saliva across surfaces. In a dark, enclosed, and undisturbed space, the virus can survive in that dried waste for extended periods. The infection trigger is human mechanical disturbance. Dry sweeping or vacuuming breaks up the dried waste and launches the viral particles into the air. Those newly aerosolized particles hover in the breathing zone, where they are inhaled directly into the human respiratory tract. Humans unwittingly disrupt a contaminated microenvironment, which is how HPS spreads, rather than through direct animal bites or scratches. With no widely available vaccine, the only defense is to physically redraw the ecological boundary between us and the rodent reservoir. The first step is seal up. This means meticulously blocking vulnerable entry points, like foundations, pipes, and trailer skirts with wire mesh or caulk. The next step is trap up, using lethal snap traps to remove any rodents already inside. Glue or live catch traps are a biological hazard in this context because a stressed mouse will urinate, actively spreading more of the infectious virus. Sealing and trapping create essential physical barriers that block the initial deadly habitat overlap. The final layer of defense involves safely decontaminating a rodent-infested space without inadvertently launching the virus into the air. Public health officials require a wet cleaning method, thoroughly soaking the area with a 10% bleach-to-water solution rather than sweeping. The bleach chemically breaks apart the virus's protective lipid envelope, rendering it harmless. To ensure total chemical deactivation, the bleach solution must soak for a full 5 minutes before any wiping begins. Mastering these ecological boundaries, blocking entry and chemically neutralizing the environment, is the only way to safely share the landscape with an